Ugh. Yeah, honestly, it's been surreal. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like even the people who are not been political, like Medicare has now came out and joined the Trump train. You know, yeah, he's now against these fuckers because everyone's tired of this shit. Like, I was watching V Monroe the other day, right?
Right.
I was watching V, and there was this one. Let's just pull it up here. He was talking about how why the progressives hate Batman, but they really hate Batman. You know that, Luke?
Batman. What do they hate about Batman?
They hate the idea that Batman is somebody who, despite all the shit that happened to him, overcame. That he's like everyone likes tries to straw man and say, oh, he beats up the freaking criminals. Oh, he's a millionaire who basically beats up and abuses the mentally ill. And I'm like, no, he gives to charity, dude.
And I mean, isn't that the whole joke? The whole plot of the killing joke?
Yeah, the Batman's just as bad as the rest of us.
No, he should be just as bad as the rest of us. Like Joker's like, you should be just like me. Why are you not like me? Everything's a joke and everything's a gag. Why aren't you laughing?
Yeah, yeah. And you know what's sad is that V was talking about like there's no American media, right? No comic media from America
Hmm.
that he would show to his kids because he's like a father now. That's how far we've gone. That's how far we have fallen, us playing. But in all seriousness, he has a kid now, so he has to like think about what does he want his kids to see. And he's like, Hazbin Hotel. No, that's not for fucking. The Hazbin Hotel would not be for kids. Okay,
No,
they even say
no, no,
that.
no, no, no.
Now that being said, Hazbin Hotel would make, or not Hazbin Hotel, fucking Hell of a Boss, right? Everyone says Hazbin Hotel. I'm like, Hell of a Boss. Hell of a Boss is way better than Hazbin Hotel. Okay, fucking Hazbin Hotel is fucking pretentious shit. But the point is that uh, it's not something you would share your kid to your kids because if let's say your father or your son's watching this shit and he starts believing he's fucking gender like pronoun whatever the fuck it might be, there's nothing that you'd want to show your kids. The
Mm,
only thing you'd want to show your kids is shit that you grew up with.
yeah.
Transformers, Beast Wars, fucking touchy.
Looney Tunes, of course, even the censored parts.
Ugh. I don't know. I mean, fuck. Looney Tunes are kind of timeless in a lot of ways. And if you really want to raise them on that shit, if you want before you let them onto the internet, you give them the fucking racist Looney Tunes, and let's show them that yeah, Donald Duck is actually saluting Hitler. No, it is a dream, but at the same time, that is not. That is literally Donald Duck doing the Sieg Heil, the Roman salute, right? So
Oh,
let's get off the show.
let me see if I can find it here.
Don't come on, man, Luke.
It's one of our boys.
The sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home.
Hey there, boy. How about giving out with something peppy on that there skin box, huh?
Yo.
And then it gets worse. Like he gets confronted and he puts a whip in Sam's hand.
Raider.
Don't beat me, Massa. Please don't beat me, Massa. Don't beat that tired old body. No.
Oh wow.
Send Me Sam really. I honestly think Send Me Sam was probably like, if there was ever a racist character and freaking, I don't know, between freaking Bugs Bunny, he's pretty racist himself. Okay, there's some fucking like, I don't know, like can we like like what's the most racist shit you could see in fucking the Looney Tunes? Like which one of those motherfuckers would like get canceled today? Like there'd actually be like a canceling of Bugs Bunny or something. How that could be fucking who fucking framed Roger Rabbit? He got framed.
Frame Roger Rabbit. What's the goal? The only censored part I remember was the Sinatra sword and nice booby trap.
No, I was thinking more in the terms of, uh, wouldn't it be funny if like Bugs Bunny got canceled?
Oh,
Like
here's
Bugs,
when Bugs Bunny was
like,
like
like
when they animated him to do sell military bonds, he starts doing a Joel Osteen impersonation.
many stamps today. Give kiddies. Wanna be blessed? We all invest in the USA. Sammy, my Uncle Sammy.
With blackface on.
Oh dear Lord. The bunny is, well, you know, in all fairness, he is the trickster. He is the American equivalent of the trickster.
I mean, historically speaking, in mythology, the rabbit is always the trickster.
He is. I mean, you got Donnie Darko.
There he is.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Luke. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's sinful, Luke. It's sinful.
It's
How dare
funny.
you? Oh, my God.
And no one gets the joke anymore.
No one gets the... No one gets the joke.
The reason why Joel Osteen did blackface is because he lent him into the fact that black people couldn't be on TV, and so he just played it for them until they were allowed on television.
Joel Osteen actually did blackface?
Well, yeah, Mammy. You know, my Mammy. That's the reason why he did that is because he lent him into the fact that blacks were not allowed on TV.
God, I haven't seen that. I don't know anything about that. Could you show me that?
Joel Osteen, you know, that's kind of his shtick. Or let me find that.
Joel Osteen.
See.
Joel Osteen, the Christian pastor.
Oh wait, no.
Of Lakewood Church.
No. That's the distant past. The person that Bugs Bunny is imitating. What's his name again? Al Johnson. I'm sorry, Al Johnson.
Okay, because I was gonna say Joel. Joel.
Sorry.
I'm like, Joel. When the fuck did that happen?
Sorry.
I thought Joel Osteen was young, but like,
no. Here, like, if I could find it here somewhere.
Good Lord. Oh Lord, what am I getting? Luke, please have mercy on my channel. My channel can't take that shit.
My
poor little channel.
As if we don't do anything worse on this channel.
Alrighty, well, let me just say this. More and more people are coming to the conclusions that I've come to.
In regards to what?
And why the left keeps attacking Christianity. Why the left keeps attacking us. Because they literally are spiritual leftists. And I'm telling you, people are realizing the crazy shit. The shit that these people have espoused is... They're realizing. The mainstream are realizing what I've been saying since the fucking beginning. There's a very, very specific type of individual that follows this type of ideology.
The childless cat ladies that Vince was complaining about.
Oh, yes, the childless cat ladies. The fucking, let's just call them what they are. The fucking crones, the commie crones, the commie fucking crones. That's what they are. They've wasted their life in gender studies, and now they want to suck the life out of your fucking women. I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen. They do exist.
Good morning. We have a request, and if you have a request, you can always go to AssholeConsulting.com. This is short. This is beautiful. Yeah, I want you to do a video on how to deal with passive-aggressive people. Also, I want you to do a video dissecting Wicca. He decided just to pay for one. He wanted me to dissect Wicca. So, there's, like, my experiences with Wicca, or Wiccans, which is limited. And then there's what officially, might be on the internet if there's been any codified laws of it. Yeah, I'm Christian. Well,
it's the Wicker Man people. That's what they wish they were. They wish they were the fucking Wicker Man people. But no, they're just fat globs of shit. Globs of fat and sadness.
Yeah, if you're gonna have and Aaron Cleary's got it right. If you're gonna have an anime on the wall, have it be Cowboy Bebop.
I don't know, man. I can't think of anything else. But yeah,
would you rather be Tenchi Muyo?
Now, if it's in, let's say, the bathroom, just as a fucking like why is Tenchi Muyo fucking poster in the bathroom?
Oh.
Yeah, that might make sense. No,
Cool.
What were you thinking?
Time you practice. I went to church once in a decade. Where are you? But I'll go with my experiences, which is universal to everyone else. There was the hot chick who had really good sex. There was the crazy girl. I don't know what it was. I don't know why. And it wasn't just one. I mean, there were like three. And I'm like, okay, not just because they wanted to have sex, but whatever. co-correlating variable between Wiccan girls and not too quickly getting into bed. But they certainly didn't hate sex. I'm like, there you go. I like that. I like that co-variable. However, it was.
Yeah, well, but here's the problem. They're crazy. They're fucking crazy, and at the same fucking time, Aaron, they think it's about power. It's about having the ability to control someone. Like, they're basically going to fuck you and then basically make you chemically addicted to you. That's the type of person you're dealing with. It's pimp magic, pimp craft. Keep going.
But then the drawback is, why do you have this unnecessary bullshit? And that's what it is. It's just the irony is, I'm sure there's a significant overlap of atheist and Wiccan, where it's like, Christianity's so stupid, man on the piece of wood, guy, cloud with the beard, but you know.
Like on a cross, as they would say, but yes.
And then you get into weird shit. Remember the gals that were going to they're a bunch of witches. They're going to cast a spell on Trump. It's only women, by the way. You don't see no guy Wiccan. But if you do, I guarantee you he looks like a male feminist. It is horseshit, astrology, cool, edgy thing to do in high school, maybe college, and it generally is a bad sign.
We need to colonize neo-pagans, Luke. They can go find another fucking tree. It's like an Avatar. We're gonna fucking just mow them down with fucking, fucking tractors and shit. Just mow down their little fucking coven fucking ranch or whatever.
I thought they get burned at the stake.
Oh no, we want to colonize their land, dude. That's what we're gonna do, because that's what they call us, the imperialists. We're gonna fucking colonize them. Maybe slap a few fucking on the ass and I don't know, caveman style. Whatever. Remember, we're the shitlords. But again, here's the thing. The one reason I like this is because Aaron Clary is not a Christian, right? He was raised a Christian, but he's more like an atheist type of gentleman, right? Like he doesn't really. I guess it would say atheist, but he's not one of those Reddit atheists, right? He's a pretty cool guy, and how he's reacting to this shit is the correct response to a lot of these type of people. Is the exact correct response. Like, keep going.
Generally, what it is, I have huge reservations about religions, the organized ones even, but I understand and appreciate some of the ancillary benefits that come with that. Better behaved people, more productive people, stronger families. Just I don't believe in the guy in the sky kind of thing. But then when you get this, I remember. What the hell was they? Oh, I'm into Baha'i. No, you're a 20-year-old girl who's just trying to be edgy, and they did that a lot. That was in my day. Okay, I don't know what the kids are doing now, but in my day, the girls were all like, oh, I'm totally Wiccan or into Baha'i or used to follow Zen or Buddha, yoga or whatever that. And no, it wasn't. It was the old school version of, oh, I'm dyeing my hair blue, I'm pansexual, I'm not straight. Pick the zillion options from that menu.
Yeah, it's almost like it came out of the same chaos warp that the fucking SGWs was stewing in. And as a result, there's certain levels of overlap, same type of people. So you wonder why they hate Christianity, why the AWs hate Christianity. This is one of them that overlap, that these people basically infiltrated those religions, and as a direct result of that shit, they have basically Marxist theologians now, but pagan theologians, and these people are fighting for resources in the culture. Keep that in mind.
I am going through a sexual transformation. And no, you're not. No, you're just a bored little girl from the suburbs who, instead of working at something, or just being seriously in a religion, if you actually are convinced of that, you're a convicted Jew or Muslim. No, you're doing it because your entire life is pretty fucking pointless. You majored in something stupid. You're just like everyone else, and you think, and instead of putting in the hard work that would make you stand out in a good way for everyone else, you do, ironically, what everyone else does, so that they can say they're not like everybody else, like tattoos. I'm not like all those other tattooed people.
I don't have a tramp stamp, which, by the way, I don't know about you, but the tramp stamp, if anyone has a tramp stamp, they are trash. Stay away from the tramp stamp. It's quite literally in the name. Like, it used to be like, oh, that chick's amazing. What the heck, right? But now, Zoomers aren't seeing any of that shit. I ain't seen any of that shit, but I'm looking forward to it. But
imagine when they have it when they're in their 50s.
Yeah, I know, it's becoming the Gramp stamp.
It's like gotten to the point like they weren't expecting to live past the age of 30. These girls.
Yep. 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 You get it, Luke. You understand what's going on.
Fake hair is different than all the other girls' hue of fake hair. It's just no, it's not. It's not a thing. It's not real. I mean, it's real. It's a thing, but it's not. This is. Oh, it's just so tiring. And so that's been my experience. That's what Wicca is, or any one of these little edgy. It could be a religion. It could be a tattoo. It could be a trend. It could be a political belief. It's just something. In this case, disproportionately for girls to say, "Oh, I'm an ordained priest." If you ever, all these, again, very adjacent, very close, very a lot of then overlapping. He's an ordained pastor or chaplain or minister, whatever. You know how easy that is? I mean, it's like becoming what do they call it, where you stamp documents that have been signed? It's like a notary. Oh, they're an ordained priest, so now it's all official. No, you just went to some fucking seminary and got the I don't even know what it is. I mean, it's like an unaccredited college. Oh, yeah, you go to flyfuckschool.org and go get your degree in whatever, divinity studies. I don't know.
Just like Marx's degree in philosophy.
Speaking of Marxist degree in philosophy, did you have something you wanted to share with the class, Luke?
That's for another time.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, because you and I, you want to talk about it? We could talk about it a little bit if you want.
I'm gonna make a video on that subject. I was just gonna explain it.
Oh, okay. All right, because honestly, I think a lot of people are waking up to this type of bullshit the shit that these people are pushing. They're realizing that these fuckers have nothing to say. You know. You gotta play
and
it.
the reason why they get away with it is because no one does enough research.
Yep. Then no one does enough research, and at the same time, nobody will call them out. And the ones who do call them out call out the wrong stuff. There's so many people who want to basically create a system where they fight the fucking they fight the witch, but they don't realize she's a Marxist witch. So really, at the end of the day, you're alienating people. You have to understand that at the end of the day, the majority of these people basically have been co-opted. Okay, Christianity has it's the Marxist theologians and Marxist theology problems, right? But these guys have been taken over, essentially. And there's a reason why they have like look at the fucking Olympic Games. Like I didn't even know the Olympics were happening.
I completely forgot. I oh yeah, that's going on. I didn't know until the controversy kicked in.
Dude, I don't even watch the Olympics. Like I can remember there was a scene in The Simpsons, right? Where I think it was Homer stole the Olympic torch because he didn't want to fucking have to have all his shows be canceled essentially for the Olympic coverage. I felt that shit back in the day. There are a lot of us who did not have access to the internet, and we didn't have access like it is now, who legitimately didn't want to fucking watch some athlete from fucking wherever the hell, right, compete for whatever the hell. I didn't like it. I don't know. But going back to the freaking pagan stuff, skip ahead a bit, maybe 5 minutes in. There we go. There, right there.
But I know in the Christian, that's 6 years of masters. That's you just don't go away for a weekend. Oh yeah, you're a minister now. I'm sure rabbis, you got to go through some imams. I'm sure there's some serious multi-year of harsh, dedicated study that goes into that. I'm an ordained minister, and if I see tattoos and it looks like you got a credit score of 550, no. I mean, yeah, okay, you're an ordained minister. Oh, I'm wicked. You don't say. No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
He gets it.
Comment section on this one. All right, so let's go to Wicca. Let's find out more officially what it is as official as Wikipedia can
This
be.
is perfect.
It's known as the craft as a modern pagan, syncretic, earth-centered religion considered the new religious movement by scholars of the religion. The path of all from Western esotericism developed in England in the first half of the 20th century. Was introduced to the public in 1954 by Gerald Gardner, a retired British civil servant. Wicca draws upon ancient pagan and 20th century hermetic motifs for theological and ritual purposes. Doreen Valiente joined Gardner in the 1950s, further building Wicca's liturgical tradition of beliefs, principles, and practice. Yeah, no, in the 50s? No, you just made it up.
Oh, I have to play this clip now.
No, you just made it up. That's exactly what you did. They just made it up, Luke.
I have to play this clip now.
Play it.
Dearly beloved, as we stand here in this overly large building, designed to make us feel small and inadequate, we ask the invisible God we think is up there to watch over us. If he, she, or it is even capable of things like watching over us.
This religion is still in its early stages.
I mean,
Oh God.
Nobody knows
It's
anything,
it's
Joe, but
it's
if I
pseudo
talk
it's
with
pseudo
confidence,
religion.
You dopes will believe anything I say.
What is that from?
Disenchanted. It was the first episode.
I actually want to see that now.
Eh, it gets progressively worse because the main character is just completely unlikable.
So it's not like Fry. They should have brought Fry. They should have had like a Fry character.
They somehow made Fry look intelligent with this new character because this woman's
Oh
a
my
horrible,
God.
like a tomboy who gets drunk and gets in brawls. That's her whole thing. She doesn't want to be a princess. She wants to be a drunk.
It's the pirate princess archetype. You know, like the mother Madonna of the Madonna whore complex. There's the fucking pirate outlaw tough girl versus the freaking princess, so to speak. You know the type.
Mm.
You know the type. That archetype exists. Anyhow, keep going.
Okay, it's pagan. It's pagan. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, but we gotta be. Who are these? Like, okay, who's Gerald Gardner? Amateur anthropologist, archaeologist. He was instrumental in bringing. Did he do anything? Just a civil servant? Were we bored?
Hey, Mike.
Valiente. Oh god. Tell me you have a tarot card shop without telling me you have a tarot card shop. Author and poet. Okay, right. All right. You know, I play Dungeons and Dragons, right? But I don't actually think I'm Sled. My character's name is Sled. I don't think my name is Sled, and I'm deep down inside. I'm a.
Well, they think you're Sled. That they would probably say that you're like some sort of like headmate with that creature. Oh God! Oh my God! Rick Sanchez! No!
This is Gerald Gardner, apparently.
Rick Sanchez! Morty, you guys trying to call it Morty. Morty!
Known by the craft name Sinier, English Wiccan author and amateur anthropologist and archaeologist, he was instrumental in bringing about the modern pagan religion of Wicca to public attention. Oh, is that what he is?
Oh, we are literally fighting Rick Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen. The effects of Rick Sanchez's effect on this timeline have been dire for the human race. Oh God.
Or Pickle Rick.
Neutral assassin, whatever the fuck my character was. I don't actually think that. It's nice to pretend. Further building Wicca's liturgical traditions, belief, principles, and practices disseminated through published books as well. So, like this, if I did this correctly, the math on this right, the girls are starting like, I'm Wicca. So the religion was a whopping 35, 40 years old by that time? Disseminated published books as well as a secret written in orals teachings passing along to initiates. Many variations of the
He looks pissed off, Luke. It's like
I'm getting ticked off just listening because they're not saying anything. They're not telling. They're listing off all their publications to give themselves some sort of clout.
yeah, because that's what they want. They want clout. That's why they attack Christians, because we give them the attention. We have to ignore them. They're like, we have to basically do what they did to Queen Maeve during fucking what was it? The Merlin, right? Where they just turn their back on her and then they look the other way, right? That's sort of how you have to deal with these people. The problem here is you're dealing with Marxists who basically are pagans with fucking AKs. Mike Tuck says, how I learned what about the Gooner was from the Turkey Tom talking about pedophile named Giddy Clown. Oh, jeez. Hello, good sir. Hello. What's up? All right, let's keep going.
Oh, here's the Wikipedia entry for Gardner. He claimed to be reviving a pagan faith by supplementing a coven's rituals with ideas borrowed from Freemasonry, ceremonial magic, and the writings of Aleister Crowley.
These people, man. The long shadow of these people. It's like nuclear waste. It's like fighting Metal Gear or something. Like it's like a nuclear arms race with these goddamn people. They're all linked at the end of the day.
It's all 6 Oxters away from Aleister Crowley. That's what it is. Which is 6 steps away from Marx.
Oh, jeez. You know, we kind of could do that at some point. Like 6 degrees of Marx, of Karl Marx, or some shit like that, or 6 degrees of Aleister Crowley. Mm-hmm. That'd be hilarious.
I mean, it happens over and over again, so.
Wait, it's been here for 50 years. How many possible sects do you have? Because it's own organization.
That's a good question.
Oh, dude, it's basically just there to have legitimacy. It's there to make it look artificially bigger than it fucking is. Yep, it was Turkey Tom videos about him, and that's how I got the term from. These people are the type of people who think gooning are the type of people who, like, this guy's a gooner. Rick Sanchez is a gooner. There's a reason why he wants those women to dance naked in the fucking wilderness. Okay, he's a gooner.
Structure level of centralization. Oh, I guarantee you there ain't like a lot of chiefs and not enough braves. Everyone's a priestess or a priest or a warlock or whatever they're calling it. Have fun with your little club. Given its broadly decentralized nature, disagreements arise over the boundaries that define Wicca. Some traditions, collectively referred to as British traditional Wicca, strictly follow the initiatory lineage of Gardner. Duotheistic, venerating both a goddess and a god, traditionally conceived as the triple goddess and the horn god, respectively. These deities may be regarded as henotheistic way. I'll just learn to code.
No, that's too much work, and it's work for the man. We can't do any work for the man.
Part of me thinks the reason why a lot of these leftists like these people is because they're the ultimate consumers. Like, who else is gonna buy the freaking weird shit from like Costco World Market or what the fuck it might be, and buy all that, like, all those herbs you find in like Ross or someplace like that? That's for those type of people. All those like peppers and like jars of like weird food, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it in the fucking Ross Dress for Less, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that's probably expired, but it looks like you can just put it in your apartment to make it look cool. That's who you're dealing with. That's the type of person. That's the type of person. That's the type of consumer we're dealing with. Keep going.
Cycles of the moons. Form of modern paganism. Wiccan priestess. Oh, look at all. She gets to wear the robe. She gets to play dress up, make believe. Western, more specifically part of the esoteric current known as occultism. Academics like Walter Hanegraaff and Tanya Luhrmann have categorized Wicca as part of the New Age, although they're academics. Wicca definition of witchcraft. People commonly called it witchcraft. Father of Wicca referred to it as the craft of the wise, witchcraft, and the witch cult in the 1950s. I hate
these people. These people are fucking annoying. They're some of the most annoying people I've ever encountered. And I gotta entertain my views. I gotta entertain my viewers. So besides that shit, what else we got here? Let's see. What else do I have here?
But I guess, 10 degrees from Karl Marx again, because I want to play this clip now here from James Lindsay.
Oh, God.
Turns out, Marx did feel like he lived in a prison. It was a prison where people didn't pay all his bills for him. Marx wanted to go to the social club and spout off social theory and write lots of books about capitalism and complain about social ideas and political economy and complain about Adam Smith and complain about every other thing he could complain about. And complain about Hegel and complain about everybody, complain about Feuerbach, his mentor, complain about everything. And he wanted to be justified in doing that and to be compensated for doing that. Maybe not necessarily profitably, but certainly he wanted all his bills paid, which is why his mother said, "Carl writes a lot about capital, I wish he would earn some."
God damn. In a lot of ways, he kind of... We're fighting mini Marx, aren't we? With a lot of these like game journalists and all these journalist fucks who just criticize shit and will, like, literally dock a game 2 or 3 points out of 10, right? Mm-hmm. Just because it has not enough like female characters, or
and also because the developer didn't give him a bunch of cash for advertising revenue.
Yeah. I really do feel like I feel like if we could find a way to like bankrupt Marx back in the day and actually like kill off people like that, and I'm not talking like physical, being like they can't buy bread so they just starve. More of this. Like we'd have to get rid of Hegel. We'd have to eliminate not Hegel, Engels. We have to, because Engels enabled the bitch.
Yeah. But of course, the one of the things you have to understand about Marx is that he pretty much died in irrelevancy. Nobody took him seriously, and it wasn't until years later when people decided to dust off his theories to justify their ideas.
Honestly, it feels like it's just like the most insane, overly complex freaking book. Nobody's read Marx. Even Tick has said that people don't read Marx.
Yeah, they don't. They just own it to say they have read it. That's what happened when the book first came onto sale.
Yeah, it's one of those books that like it's like you have it like War and Peace, or I'm trying to think of another example of a book that is you use for reference in case someone actually says, "Oh, the moon landing didn't happen." Let's say, right? You could actually point to it and say, "Yeah, we actually have people who've been on the moon. Here's evidence," and you could show people that's why I believe it. That shit needs to exist. Like having books for reference are awesome. But let's not kid ourselves. Nobody reads the Communist Manifesto. No one does. Even communists don't read the Communist Manifesto.
And that's an advantage I always have over them.
Yep, and they're fucking idiots too. They're fucking idiots.
There's some people smart enough to understand science and the Big Bang and all that stuff, and therefore have enough insight and knowledge to be an atheist. But let's face it, you're not one of them. Why? Because you're a humanities student with an arts degree. Let's not play any games here. If I came over to your house right now and asked you to explain exactly why the Big Bang Theory is more rational than Genesis, you wouldn't be able to even stutter out a semblance of an answer. So when do you get off sniggering at Christians like they're stupid and you have some amazing insight? Sure, you bought a copy of Stephen Hawking's Brief History of Time, but I think if you waddle over to your bookshelf, you'll see that the bookmark is exactly where you left it 9 years ago, on page 3.
Yeah, they have it just to make themselves look better than they actually are. I don't know, but people are becoming wise to this crap. They're realizing we can't trust these people, and here's why. This was something that I found very interesting.
And what would that
now
be?
I don't want to give this bitch credit, but
oh boy,
let's just say we're gonna patrol. We're going in. Put on your nods. We're gonna go and we're gonna hunt some fucking dancing fatzos in the woods. Fat girl.
I want to make sure we do talk more about like just like generalities, but like one of the things that people really did want to hear about, and because we were just talking about me, coming out to Boulder, and for people who don't know, Jennifer helped me go undercover at the Transforming Gender conference at the University of Colorado. That's why I ended up sleeping on her futon, and I mean,
she's vaping the bitch. The bitch is vaping. Well, what are we going to be talking about? I got possessed by a dark entity at the gender queer conference. So this is a pagan encountering evil, right? Or, and this is a big one, maybe it's just BPD.
Oh.
Play to Luke. Let's find out.
I talked about this before. Is that I feel that I got, and I'm being a little bit silly when I say this. I don't think I actually got possessed by a demon, but like there was some weird energy thing that happened.
Did you literally get? Did you literally, or did you get? Like, you literally got possessed by a demon, didn't you? Or did you figuratively, or what the fuck? Try to explain by Hitler. Like you never know with these people. They'll oftentimes say shit like, "It seems like I was possessed by a demon," or "I felt like I was being sexually assaulted," or something like that, right? It'll never be concrete with these people. That's something you have to realize, right?
I mean, this is a woman who said that negative comments against her are like her, and I'm not joking. She said they're like being raped. She actually used that as an argument once.
Well, let me just say this. She's an empty chalice, and we got ourselves our strong, fucking, manly, fucking wand. And we're going to fucking figure this shit out. Keep playing, Luke.
Sitting in, and just to retell the story for people who don't know, I was sitting in on this session about how multiple personality disorder is a gender identity. And this is just one of the most crazy things I've ever seen in my life. I've covered it on the channel. You guys have the whole recording. And in the course of me having to sit in the front row of that and look completely normal the entire time, I feel like I took some sort of demonic entity into my body, and I was tweaking for like 2 straight hours after this. And Jennifer can attest to this. She's going to talk about her point of view. And to the point where Jennifer made me bend over a rock in the middle of downtown Boulder and excised me of this demon. It was real, and it was my lived experience. And I know people don't believe it, but it was real. And so I thought we could talk about your.
Yeah, it totally was real. That's not like a fucking you were conned or something, or like we're just making shit up. Which, by the way, I kind of want to see how an SJW will encounter this type of this type of rhetoric, because they're technically the same thing, except that the difference here is that these are the Marxists with actual AKs. And instead of just the fucking tribesmen, they've been given AKs. An AK sense is the arm that is going to be used to take over the free world, so to speak. It's an allegory for SJW rhetoric. I don't know. Read Hegel. Keep going.
Well, I tell you, first of all, in Boulder, seeing somebody hug a rock is not an unusual thing. It's just not.
I was not self-conscious about it for the record either. I was just like, anything I need to do to get this demon out of me, I will do it right now. I don't care.
I think what was
Well, the fact that she was possibly possessed indicates her spiritual level right now.
You know, the demon probably put a back door in her fucking in her root kit, if you know what I mean.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, she's probably hacked.
As soon as, because it was the right before lunch.
Yeah.
So it was like the last thing you did right before lunch, and I had gone to I think it was like something about like sexuality, queer sexuality, or something, like the safe space for queer sexuality. So it was a lot of fluffy bunny and accepting and communication on that. And then you came out.
So do you know what fluffy bunny shit is?
Hmm?
You know what fluffy bunny shit is, right?
The like silly childish stuff.
No, fluffy bunny stuff is a term used by the Wiccans or the pagans to describe like fluff, like like fluff that you would use in like literature fluff, like if you're gonna do world building fluff.
Like filler.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. Filler bunnies. That's what we're talking. So that's where she's talking about. That just to translate for that for those who don't know.
Like altered from the beginning. Definitely altered. You looked rattled and pale, which alarmed me. And I could already tell like your energy was how do I explain it? It's hard to describe how something feels vibrationally off. So you were jittery. Usually you feel very calm because you're a naturally centered person. So you felt off, like you were struggling. And I immediately put myself in a place of grounded calmness and started radiating some comfort. And I even like, I think I don't know if you noticed my voice like even dropped. I'm like, what happened? How's it going? How are you doing, baby? You know, like,
I don't think I noticed anything because it was like how you're describing it, like my whole body felt like it was shaking and I was like,
This is the most boring, light as a feather, swift as a board fucking session ever. And these people probably did that shit too. Skip ahead a bit. I want to get to the good stuff. Because this is long.
Yeah, and it says that's a bad habit of hers, actually.
It's the parking lot. You were like, "Fuck!"
There was some really good amethyst in that crystal shop.
Oh, yeah, it was a really bougie crystal shop too. I was
very expensive.
These people have money. They have money to buy amethyst crystals. Crap! What the fuck is wrong with these people? Oh, the resource, like, how much do you think a quartz crystal would cost? Or like, this stuff costs money. And they keep, I don't know. I don't know. It's just too materialistic for me. Going.
Usually places you can go where they just have crystals and baskets, like a metaphysical bookstore. But I think we had to go a different direction to find. But that was the closest thing we found. And they had like beautiful obelisks, and they had spheres and all kinds of gazing balls and things. And it helped, but it wasn't the cure. It wasn't the help you needed.
So can we go back? I just want to make sure we're bringing everyone along with us. So when you say like I had like multiple entities, and maybe I just want more information as well. When you say I had like multiple entities attached to me, like what does that actually like mean? For people who might not be us.
So the spirit world is thick. It's everywhere, and there's as above, so below. So there's millions of spirits just constantly around, and sometimes they are independent. Sometimes they're helpful. Sometimes they're malevolent. Sometimes they're benevolent, and sometimes They hang out
It's like
with
Insidious
people.
or some shit.
And if they like you and they're interested in you, they might go over and start like a bird to bird seed, like, oh, what's this? Tick, 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 you know.
Oh,
like,
it's always the
that's what I think
birds,
happened. They kind of
Luke.
felt your horror and went, ooh, that's delicious. Let's check that out. And so you were like an open bird feeder, and all the little spirits were like, hey, check this shit out. And they were picking on you because you're delicious. That's the best analogy I can think of at the moment, but it definitely was more than one. You didn't have an entity. I don't think it was as powerful as a demon per se, but it was malevolent. Some of it was curious. I didn't think all of them were particularly harmful, but they were definitely not good for you.
Yeah. That was, I mean, and I can't describe the experience.
Yeah,
Listening
to these pagans want me to pull my teeth. These pagans have no idea about the truth, about the spiritual world. Spirits they dance alongside are just demons tricking them. Yeah, exactly. You get this, guys. You understand that crap. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, these people, there's a reason why people like V. Monroe will say they always side with the forces of chaos. They always side with the Tyranids. They never side with humanity. These are the same type of people that we're seeing over and over and over again. See if I can find it here, Luke.
Oh, before then, I found this little clip.
Oh boy, what do you got for me, Luke?
So you can play it.
Senko is extremely sensitive, to the point that you can say anything disagreeing with her and she will go ballistic. She has to speak in very drawn-out, carefully metered, horribly boring to wait on ways like this, in a condescending, smug tone, because if she doesn't speak like this, I can't keep doing that. If she doesn't talk like that in her stupid live streams that last for way too long and would be a lot shorter if she'd stop repeating herself and drawing everything out, she has to do that because you do that when you're a crazy person who's trying not to seem crazy and your brain is full of fuck.
Her brain is full. Well, she's possessed by demons, dude. Don't you know?
I'm pretty sure that it just her ego just got shrunken down a bit.
You know what? The ego is the demon. So there you go. And there'll be Satanists out there who probably agree with that term.
What's this?
This came out on my timeline, and I gotta say, it really ticked me off. It's been a while since I actually got angry over stuff that I saw on Twitter, and
using your money to build wells in Africa, using your money to dress up as a bat and terrorize the mentally ill and minorities. You mean the violent people that are actually destroying the city?
The violent people who did, honestly, they're crazy. Like the reason why they go to Arkham Asylum is because there's no rehabilitating these people. They are legitimately crazy. They are criminally insane, right? Like even if you were to slap the Joker with a let's say you incarcerate him, he's just going to start killing people in the inside. He'll try to escape. The Joker's just going to do it all over again.
Wait, is this like
you're better off
the Fox Joker or the new revised Joker where he actually starts killing people again?
Wait, there's a new revised version of the Joker?
Well, they're trying to make him more evil and psychotic. Like, are we talking about the Fox Kids Joker or the Frank Miller Joker?
The Fox Kids Joker. No, I'm thinking of the freaking the WB Joker.
Well, same one. The WB had a more stylized appearance, though.
Okay.
Because Batman the Animated Series started off on Fox, and then it got transferred over to the WB.
Oh, yeah, that's right, didn't it? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Fox Kids.
But of course, Frank Miller kind of went all out with that. It's like, especially in the comic book, where Joker's just a psychotic killer, I get why he does that, but it's not really as interesting as like a person who makes you laugh uncontrollably with laughing gas.
That and at the same time, a lot of this stuff is because it's being made for millennials, not for Zoomers or alphas, for that matter.
And the reason I got so angry is twofold, both the top and the bottom. So the first one is that now they are praising Mr. Beast. All of a sudden they're praising him now, like right now. I remember when he actually built the wells, and this was even reported in the press. that a lot of leftists were very unhappy with.
Skip ahead to the middle.
And even certain wanted young adults to know it's like how to be a man. What exactly is masculinity? And in the case of Batman, masculinity was to train himself at peak human perfection, to be the strongest that exists, to become the beast, basically, but also to discipline himself, to channel the beast in a productive way in order to defend the innocents, in order to defend the people who are weaker than him, in order to defend the people that couldn't defend themselves, basically. And of course, modern leftists absolutely hate these moral values, and because evil cannot create, they have to destroy. Now, when I say that evil cannot create, I cannot possibly think of anything similar to the superheroes that I grew up with being created in modern times. I can find them in anime. I mean, if you look at Naruto, My Hero Academia, there's plenty of examples and good moral lessons about respecting your family, building friendships, loving your nation. Like, there are a lot of things in anime, but I can't think of any good themes in any recent TV shows that come from the West. Like, what exactly do you have to learn from The Boys? What are the good themes?
The Boy. That's kind of a bad example.
The Boys is just leftist fucking. Like, honestly, I like The Boys. I like it. I like the idea of it, especially if you know what it is going into it.
Well, yeah. If you know, it's just trying. It's kind of like Alan Moore, but a lot more blood and gore.
Not just Alan Moore. Like, I was gonna say, it's basically saying we don't believe that, you know, you guys are gods. We don't like. It's humanity against the soups, and I like that. You know, it makes sense. I like the Injustice universe. I like the idea of trying to take on Superman or a bigger opponent than me. You know. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe it's the gamer in me that likes a challenge.
Because I can't think of any. Has-Been Hotel. You know, which is the type of character from Has-Been Hotel that you would like your son to become like. I can't think of any, right? Like everything that the West makes now has absolutely no moral value whatsoever. So not only are they not capable of creating moral value, they have to pervert the things that existed before. And I remember reading a recent Batman comic a couple of years ago, and it was about an Antifa-like riot. Joker went on the city and he released the poison gas, made everyone crazy. And what Batman does is he sees people stealing television sets, he sees people looting and burglarizing stores, and he has this monologue, which again is the writer using Batman as a sort of VTube avatar, and he is saying that, oh, I shouldn't judge these people because societal factors is actually causing them to break into the stores. And this is a vibe that you get to see with the new comic book writers. There was the lady that for a while wrote Daredevil, and she
and that's exact.
Yeah, this little segment here was the trailer for when Harley Quinn was first being teased at, you know, the new cartoon version.
And I'm like, that
Yeah,
Deadpool
which, by the
cartoon-
way, I liked it at first, but they just kept kicking. They just kept going after the critics. I'm like, dude, stop criticizing your critics. You're not. You've got people to listen to you. Now, all you have to do is just, you know, deliver. You're not tough shit. When you get to like season 4 or 5, then you can start talking shit. But you don't start talking shit to season 2. Okay? Don't do that shit.
gratuitous violence. And unlike that Deadpool cartoon, it's actually coming out. I thought we were supposed to make a show that was like super gritty and bleak and depressing. You know, like a DC thing. That is an excellent way to make television and film. But everyone in my show is gonna have fun, or I will bash their f***ing heads in!
There's no fun in Arkham, Quinn.
Except him. Yeah, the guy's a real buzzkill.
And it just got downhill from there.
Yeah, it was okay at first, but it fucking failed. Why? Because they made him too human.
At an event where she held a speech, and it was the exact same stuff. It was like, well, when I write Daredevil, the first thing that I do is like Daredevil sees someone mugging someone else, like he sees someone robbing a purse, and then Daredevil starts to think and analyzes the socioeconomic factors and the background of the criminal before he decides whether to intervene or not.
That's not the Daredevil. That's the Question. That's not what Daredevil does.
The Question would do that shit. Ugh.
Completely immoral, no sense of justice, no good lessons to be learned, the idea that crime doesn't pay or that the long arm of the law doesn't exist, absolute perversion of the characters, and also a fundamental lack of understanding of the characters. Like in the case of Batman, he doesn't just dress up as a bat and terrorize the mentally ill, which, by the way, in his universe, they actually need a little bit of terrorizing. Like Poison Ivy hates humanity. Like, she doesn't even have anything human left in her. And she kills...
You know, she's a piece of ass, but let's not kid ourselves. Like, she's
literally she's a poisoned flower. You get too close, she'll kill you.
Yeah, but that's like that. That's like the whole thing. Like, again, I hate to be the guy that says I like femme fatales. I like dangerous women. I'm sorry, that's just who I am. But you know, but she is an example of that character. But here's the thing: women cannot be evil, right? We cannot have evil women. We cannot have women who use seduction as a weapon, right? That's evil. That's racist. That's sexist. We can't have that. And as a result, even though one could make the argument that that type of weaponry, that type of weaponization of sex appeal is great for storytelling and drama, like they take it away, what happens? Women know everything. Women are mothers. Women are matriarchs.
And now Poison Ivy in this story is a repressed lesbian who finds humanity in Harley Quinn, a complete insane nut job.
Yeah, and it makes sense for them to be like Thelma and Louise. That's kind of what they are, Thelma and Louise. And what's sad is that they probably would have been. I don't know. I'm not going to thirst after the Tim Bruce characters. Just keep going. And skip ahead a bit.
If she is telling that she doesn't do it again, for the people of Gotham, that's a good thing. The Joker. Like, are you telling me that the Joker doesn't deserve it? I mean, we can go through the crimes that he committed. One of the most vile ones is raping Barbara Gordon in front of her father and taking pictures of that. If you actually read the comics, this is not in the TV show, but the comics are quite dark. You would notice that, like when fighting villains like that, it's understandable why the people root for Batman. But I constantly see this with the left, especially when it comes to other IPs like Warhammer 40k. They always root for the bad guys. They root for the Tyranids.
Yep.
They root for the Forces of Chaos.
Yep.
They're rooting for Batman's villains. Like this is them.
They're rooting for the witch. They're rooting for the fucking. They're rooting for the pagan. They're not rooting for Christians because Christians are oppressive. We're patriarchs, don't you know? Well, that's a really weird, bad look. Look at that for fucking Bruce. That's Bruce Timm art right there. Look at Bruce Timm. Put him right there. Oh, it's like freaking the News Adventures of Superman.
That kids watch and read. They want to push it through the TV shows, through the movies, and this is why it really disturbs me, right? Especially now that I have a son, and I'm thinking like, okay, if he picks up one of these garbage comic books and gets some of these garbage takes and garbage morality, is that even good for him? So, one of the reasons.
Well, it's not garbage morality.
Like,
you want to know one of the reasons why they do this, right? Is because if there is no moral principles governing the governor, right? There's no higher principles that again are not written down. But if it isn't written down, it's permitted. This is the reason why multiculturalism is so damaging, is because without the ability for somebody to have, like, say, a societal norm and say, hey, you shouldn't do that. It's the norm for this to happen or that to happen, right? House Tyrell, I'd run by women. Okay. I didn't know that's the House Tyrell in Game of Thrones, ran by women. Yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with, aren't we? I mean, a lot of the freaking the pagans are very much an earth-based religion, and they're very similar to the freaking the feminists. They are. That's what they are. I don't know.
Even the new 52 shoved that shit clean down our collective esophagus as it paused for multiple pointless scissor sessions with a spontaneously gay Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, which wouldn't have been half as creepy if their platonic relationship hadn't started in a fucking children's cartoon.
Shit. Oh, God.
No, the character. Bruce Wayne constantly donates a lot of wealth to philanthropical endeavors. Like, he donates to children's hospitals, he donates to making the Arkham Asylum better and having better staff to try and treat the criminals. He donates money to the poor. He creates, through Wayne Enterprise, new technology to help people. Like, he actually does all these things in the comic.
He's a capitalist pig who beats up the mentally ill. And that's really the issue here, because I really do think that a lot of this is Grant Morrison's fault. A lot of this is the fault of Alan Moore. A lot of this is the fault of leftists who infiltrated and basically took our own IPs. Let's not kid ourselves. Sandman was not Morpheus as we know it today. Okay, it was something totally different. It was a B-rate fucking character that got reinterpreted by these people. Swamp Thing was the same thing with Alan Moore, right? Grant Morrison. All-Star Superman, all this other insane shit, Arkham Asylum, crap like that, right? Right? These people were enabled. They did this. They already infiltrated. You just didn't know about it because you thought, hey, let's have some edgy Aleister Crowley shit in freaking Batman. It'll make sense. No. There's certain baggage that comes with this stuff. And there are certain people who know about this type of crap. Those are the type of people like Carlo Bordosenko, for example, just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with, right? Or some other spiritual entrepreneurs like that fucking Mia Magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the type of people we're dealing with. Anyhow, so besides that, besides the fucking crazy pagans, Trump survived, and there's still people out there saying that, oh, you know, he didn't get shot. He didn't blow off his ear. No, it's okay. It's safe, right? It was just shrapnel, right? You hear about that, Luke?
Right. Yeah,
It was falling.
The FBI tried to imply that in their meeting, but then they had to backtrack and like, no, we're serious now. But of course, the damage has been done.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, I don't know. The pagan snake oil salesman, exactly. That's trying to get you to join their homeowners association so they can have a more communist type union. They're like it's hybrid warfare for these people. Fuck, that's actually kind of true. But yeah, honestly, like it's going to be really interesting this next few months to see what the hell is going to happen. You know, I think it was Carrie Lake who said you carry a Glock with you, right?
Hmm.
You hear about that, Luke? Taking a Glock to the carry strapped with the freaking poles. You hear about that, right?
What about it?
What about it? I love that. That's where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're at that point where we're essentially saying, hey, you know, we're at the point where we're having to show up with fucking guns to maintain the freaking voter integrity, the election integrity. It's stupid. Like, we really are very, very, like, the system is really good because we're not, like, having, like, you know, Venezuela or Nicaragua or any of these other places, like, that have, like, bad tech, like, third world nations, essentially, right? We're not that bad. But at the same time, we're at the point where it's, like, unironically, we're, like, having to, like, carry a fucking gun on us all the time. And it's getting weirder and weirder out there.
And I was just going through my feed, and I noticed that one of Matt Walsh's little segments was a segment called "Debunking the Ridiculous Theory That Abraham Lincoln Was Gay." Like, did anyone even ask the question? Like, does anyone care?
He's just making shit up. This is all selection bias of these fucking conservatives at this point.
Mm.
You know that, right? A lot of the shit is selection bias. These people are, they're drawing from the font, everlasting font of degeneracy that is Tumblr, right?
Mm.
And that's what they're doing. They're milking it. They're milking this shit for views and ratings. And then they can say shit like the left is doing this. The left, I'm like, dude, you bringing attention to these people.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't even live in your fucking country, dude. Anyhow. I'm trying to think about what else is going on in the world right now. Oh, I got to go to a country dance. Did I tell you about that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to go to a square dancing. It was pretty fun. Got to hold a few girls' hands and whatnot. It was pretty cool. I could totally see why people want people to go dance to meet chicks. I think that actually makes sense. I actually am going to go do it a heck of a lot more often. And I think it works. But I realized that, oh, yeah, I'm way behind in a lot of things. You know that? I'm way behind in a lot of, like, I need to keep up my physique, and I got to go start working out more, and I've been working out a heck of a lot more lately, so that's going to be fun.
All right.
Simple answer is nobody cares. Yeah, nobody cares. Yeah, simple answer is nobody cares. Don't give these leftists attention, leave them alone, and everybody wins. Exactly. So the best thing you can do is know that they exist, understand what you're dealing with, and then choose to consume your content accordingly. You know, that's the best way to do it. You know, vote with your wallet and your time and attention. I'm trying to think what else is going on in the world. I don't know. I mean, it just more and more stuff happens over and over again, and I just can't keep track of it all. You know. So, do any more research into running for office, Luke?
Nah, I'm trying to figure out how that works first. Figure out how the logistics of it.
Right. Well, I think I'm about done here, Luke. I think we're gonna end it here tonight. I gotta get some rest here. Final thoughts.
Because we knew what was happening. And we tried to tell people. But no one would listen to us. We wouldn't have to resort to fascism. But if people want a fucking dictator to tell them what to do, then fine.
Obviously, that was edited, but I couldn't resist.
Oh, I want that clip. That's beautiful. That is like, oh, it's like Danny and a poo poo. I'm gonna shoot you. Oh God, I love that shit. It was edited for time and content, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, good to one another. Take care of one another. Remember, saving the West is a side quest. This is the